it's always 10 minutes and that's just not enough. But like I hope you watch all of it. But if you don't, I'm happy if you only watch like 10 seconds and it can help. Because I feel for you and I love you. And yeah. So, quick thing about the oil pulling, I forgot to tell you that you have to spit it out. So, if you haven't watched the previous video, that sentence doesn't make sense. Okay. Um, I was talking about becoming the expert of your body, of your health, of the subject bulimia. So we talked about the brain exchanging positive with positive thoughts, adding up. Watch the first video that I did on the June 8th, and you will understand that I only have 10 minutes. So. Um, Okay, look at your body not as a fashion doll, as a model who is like wearing clothes or and the whole beauty bullshit. It's not important right now because important is your recovery. Think about it as a doctor and see what's happening to you. And I explain to you again why you are innocent. Because once you started the circle of eating way too much and getting rid of it right after, yeah, and becomes more and more and more and more often, what happens to your stomach? Your stomach expands, right? That's what happens to people who put on massive weight. They have huge stomachs. You do the same. So the muscle, the stomach is a muscle, yeah. So you put in lots of food and it expands, and then you get rid of it, so it's getting small again. But the muscle is stretched, so it feels not only empty, it feels like 20 times empty, 20 times more empty because you ate 20 times more food, right? So think of it as a doctor. Don't feel guilty. Oh, I ate so much. Forget these thoughts. Like, think about it clinically. What can you do if you're overstretched? Yeah? Is it your fault that you have the next attack? No, it's not, because that's the way you have conditioned your body. And now I tell you a great thing. You can condition your body to the normal state again as well. Keep that in mind at all times. That's why it is important that at one point of this journey you keep some food in. But it's like a gradual step. I told you. We get to this step by step. You get there. You get there. You get there. You get there. Because your body wants to be healthy. Your body is confused. Think about what's going on and like the messages your stomach is sending to your brain. Whoa, we got so much food. It's crazy. We don't know how to digest all of this. I feel sick. And then, wow, now it's completely empty. Brain. I don't know what's going on. Is it war or what's going on? Your body doesn't understand what's happening. So you have these cravings and these attacks. So the stomach is only one thing. And read up on this. Read up on stomach functions and don't beat yourself up. Just learn about it. Next thing, the intestines, like your digestion, yeah, that like 11 meters of that big digestive worm in your body. What happens if food doesn't get processed through it, through these 11 meters? It becomes lazy, so you're constantly constipated. Your intestines only get like the little bit of rest that stayed in after throwing up. Yeah, so it's like uh, it can't really move through. You don't eat carbs, of course, because you want to be a skinny girl, and carbs are the pipe cleaners. Carbs, whole wheat, forget about white wheat, talking about whole wheat, that's cleaning your pipes. So what happens if these pipes don't get cleaned and they are 11 meters long? You develop bacteria and you are constantly constipated. And if you're constipated, you put on more weight. So you feel unhappy on top of this again because actually you're throwing up, but you are not skinny because you're never gonna be by this. Yeah, so it's not working anyway. It just makes you feeling unhappy about yourself. So the only thing you can really do, and you know this, is get out of there. So yeah, learn about how to clean your pipes. And I actually found a great thing. I must tell you, I haven't told you this before. I have recovered now. I think it's my 10th year or something, and solid. I love food. I love cooking. I eat everything I want. I'm fit. I don't have any Not that I'm aware of, or that a doctor is aware of any follow-up problems anymore, and I don't have safe foods. I can eat this, but I can't eat this because of my figure. I eat everything. I have my intuition back about what's good for my body. I have my natural cravings back. And you can do that too. Your body just needs to be conditioned in the right way, and that's what you're learning. That's your homework for yourself. You are your own teacher, and you give yourself your own homework, and this is going to get you out of there, becoming the master of it. um yeah, that so I got married 6 years ago, and after I recovered, because I was at drama school, and it was a very emotionally draining process for me, because I went 3 years and had really rough teachers, and but it was great. But I had built up a little bit of a protective wall around myself. That means was a tiny little bit chubby, but I preferred that to the state I was in before the other 7 years, and the madness and the craziness and the drama and the unhealthiness. Oh, so I discovered this amazing book, and of course I forgot the title, and I don't know if it exists in English, but the thought doesn't matter. You don't need to read the book. It's a simple principle. So I learned about carbohydrates, because the carbohydrates were things that I always cut out of my diet because I thought that is what makes me fat, but it's not. The body has a natural clock. Yeah, and people like look at Asian medicines about the body clock. Google it. Look up, like, your body has different times of digesting certain things. For example, the important, why is breakfast important? Everybody knows it, yeah. It's because in the morning, when you wake up and you have digested everything overnight, it needs new fuel, and the best in the morning is to eat actually a lot of fruit. Your body stops taking in, maybe if a doctor watches this, maybe he has a different opinion. If he's a Western doctor, I have no idea, but for me it worked. If one in the morning, food and protein, fruit and protein, vitamins, and around between 12 and 2 o'clock, your body is less happy to have all the fresh stuff. Yeah, so in the afternoon at 3, 4 o'clock, or for lunch, carbohydrates are fantastic, and in the evening, vegetable and proteins, and like fish or chicken. And this is very, very, you go with the rhythm, because what happens overnight if you eat something heavy, um, you sleep not well, and the food uh, starts um, rotting in your intestines, so you don't feel that great when you wake up. Yeah, this is all stuff for you to look up and to find out yourself. So carbohydrates, they are the fuel in our body. So is oil, by the way. Think about it like a car. And I see we are already at 8:33. I'm getting so panicked out about not having enough time. So your body is like a car. It needs fuel to move. Yeah. And also a brain can only function properly if the nutrition is right. When you have a vitamin deficit, you think bad thoughts. If you don't have enough vitamins going on, you think bad thoughts, and that is feeding your addiction again. Do you get this? So, if I eat, at least add on top of my problem that I have here, my bulimia, if I add at least my vitamins and fresh, I'm not talking about pills, fresh fruit. Like, add step by step and keep it in, because you need that to develop healthy thoughts again, positive thoughts. Your body tells you exactly what he wants, and he's so confused, yeah, that you get all sorts of mixed signals, and you don't know which ones to listen to, but you know that you need vitamins, right? And so the carbohydrates are very important to clean your intestines and to give you energy, like the sugar levels, exactly. If you have a sugar deficit, you crash down and have no energy, and then you feel bored and horrible and depressed. And what do you do then? Then you repeat the circle of addiction. So now it's 9:56, 7. I stop it right here.